welcome to the deep dive. So you're probably thinking about the Asia-Pacific market, right? It's huge. We're
Right.
talking a USD 35 trillion opportunity.
Massive. Absolutely massive.
But let's be real, for a lot of businesses, it feels, well, less like a clear path and more like navigating a pretty complex maze. Different cultures, rules, really tough competition.
Yeah, it can definitely feel overwhelming.
So today, we're going to try and cut through some of that complexity.
Exactly. Our mission today is really to take a proper deep dive into one particular agency, McGallen and Bolden. They position themselves as a key partner for navigating APAC.
Okay.
We're basically sifting through their own materials, looking at insights from their C-suite folks like Dr. Seamus Fan, trying to get a clear picture of what they actually offer businesses like yours, businesses wanting to succeed there.
Right. Think of this as maybe your strategic shortcut, understanding how you can really tweak your business strategy, your communications, to get maximum impact in APAC. So let's kick things off with McGallen and Bolden's core promise. They say, we get people to know you and we get leads for you. Sounds pretty straightforward, but what's really underpinning that? What's the foundation?
Well, what really jumps out is their history, their longevity. They're an award-winning agency strategy, marketing, crisis comms, PR based right in Singapore, serving global clients across Asia Pacific.
Okay.
And they've been doing this for over 30 years, since the early 90s.
Wow, 30 years.
Yeah, that makes them one of the longest-running independent agencies in Asia. And, in a market that changes as fast as APAC, that really speaks volumes about their experience, their adaptability. They've pretty much seen it all.
And learned from it, presumably. Now, their specialization, it seems quite specific. You sometimes worry in a competitive market if being too niche is a risk. How does that focus actually help their clients?
That's a really good question. And, while some might see being niche as limiting, for them, I think it's actually their strength, their superpower, maybe.
Okay.
They focus really intensely on these high-growth areas: tech, healthcare, industrial automation, B2C.
Specific examples?
Oh, yeah. They list things like cybersecurity, AI, machine learning, SaaS, audiovisual, even fashion, footwear, food and beverage, and governments, nonprofits, too. So this lets them really position themselves as genuine pioneers, as experts in those specific fields. If you're in, say, cybersecurity, you're talking to people who get your specific challenges, the regulations, the audience. It's that deep domain knowledge.
That makes a lot of sense. Okay, so let's shift gears. You're looking at APAC, but what about those real anxieties, the things keeping executives up at night when they think about expanding there? What common pain points do McGallen and Bolden say they can solve?
Right, the pain points. They flag several key ones, things like anxieties over tariffs, trade issues, messing with supply chains.
Very relevant right now.
Absolutely. Or maybe the need for serious media coverage across Asia Pacific just to get known. Or maybe your brand is just not well known yet and needs a big boost there.
Yeah.
They also talk about the basics, finding customers, finding investors, and even trickier stuff like how do you actually explain a really complex tech product to audiences that might speak different languages?
Okay, so beyond the big strategic worries, they also offer concrete tactical help. You mentioned answer engine optimization, AEO, and SEO. How do those fit in?
Yeah, SEO is crucial, and AEO is becoming more so. Their whole approach seems very comprehensive. It's not just about getting your name out there.
It's about impact.
Exactly, strategic impact. So they offer high-level business counsel. They can act as a red team.
Meaning they challenge your plans.
Right. They basically try to poke holes in your strategy before you launch, find the weaknesses so you can fix them. It makes your plan stronger.
Sorry.
And then they deliver the digital PR and comms. Digital marketing across LinkedIn, video, social media, blogs, and importantly, lead generation campaigns. And what's really interesting is how they're using AI. They mention AI, RAG chatbots,
Right.
retrieval augmented generation. Basically, it's AI that can pull answers from a specific trusted knowledge base like your company's internal data, so the answers are more accurate and relevant.
Okay. So
Yeah.
not just generic AI.
Right. They're using it for content creation, digital marketing. They seem really on the cutting edge there.
But it's not all about the tech, is it? They also talk about human capital development. That feels important, but sometimes gets overlooked.
Totally vital, especially in APAC, building local talent, local leadership. It's key.
So what do they offer there?
They do coaching, mentoring, media relations, crisis comms, leadership skills, sales training, plus employer branding. And this all ties back to that incredible experience, right? 32 years in PR, nearly 30 in digital, 32 in human capital. They've navigated every major crisis since the 90s, financial crises, pandemics, you name it.
That's resilience.
It is. It
Big
means
game.
they bring practical, tested experience. They understand that ultimately strategies succeed because of people.
Now, this is where I find it gets really fascinating. You mentioned Dr. Seamus Fan shaping a lot of their strategy.
Yeah.
Who is he exactly, and what's his core philosophy? What makes his perspective unique for APAC?
Yeah, Dr. Fan. He's described in quite a few ways: C-suite publicist, strategist, technologist, scientist, artist, author, a bit of a polymath.
A creative think tank on tap, as they put it.
Exactly. He mentors executives on crisis stuff, media coaching. He's a resource for tech AI, cybersecurity, e-commerce. He's got some serious credentials, too, like being inducted into 500 profiles in excellence.
Okay.
So he brings this blend of deep tech understanding and strategic communication skill. He connects dots others might miss.
And he has this philosophy: 20% labor, 80% returns. Sounds amazing. Maybe too good to be true for businesses trying to crack a market like APAC. How does that work practically?
It's about extreme efficiency. There's a Chinese saying, do less, gain more.
Do less, gain more. Okay.
The core idea is focus your effort. Put in maybe 20% of the right kind of labor to capture the bulk of the market, the sales, instead of spreading yourself thin, putting in 80% effort for tiny returns.
So it's not about being lazy.
Not at all. It's about being smart, identifying the activities that really move the needle. In a place like APAC, which is so big and diverse, your resources can get stretched incredibly thin. So focusing on that vital 20% is your strategic advantage.
Right.
It pushes back against that idea that just working harder automatically means better results. It's about working smarter. He even links it to Jim Collins's research showing simpler businesses, narrower focus, often did much better.
And related to that, his idea: success, supply chain plus simplicity. That feels counterintuitive, maybe. People often think success is flashy ads or tons of product.
It absolutely can feel counterintuitive. He argues real, sustainable success isn't built on the glitzy stuff, the fancy website, the huge product catalog.
What is it built on?
Fundamentally, a superb supply chain system and simplicity. He points to giants like Amazon, Apple, Tesla, their dominance. Strong supply chains are core to it. So it forces you, especially if you're expanding internationally, to ask, are you focusing on those foundations? Or are you getting distracted by things that look good but don't drive long-term value and market penetration as effectively?
Okay, let's apply that. Dr. Fan's ideas applied to real challenges listeners might have. First,
Yeah.
decision paralysis. Too many products. Happens everywhere, but must be amplified in new markets.
Definitely. And it's a key question McGallen and Bolden seem to pose. Are your products confusing customers, especially new ones?
Right.
Dr. Pham brings up Barry Schwartz's Tyranny of Choice, that study about jam flavors. Basically, evidence suggests fewer choices can mean more sales.
The jam study.
Yeah.
Classic. Fewer jams sold more.
Exactly. And he points to Steve Jobs slashing Apple's product line from 350 down to just 10. Recognizing simplification drives sales.
So the agency strategy is?
To help you focus, prune the product lines that aren't pulling their weight, develop high-margin, clearly distinct offerings, reduce that friction, make it easier for customers to choose you, easier to say yes.
Makes sense. So simplify products. What about getting them there? The physical side. Logistics, stockists, especially now with shipping being so unpredictable. That GLOCAL idea.
Yeah, GLOCAL global plus local. This is super critical in APAC. It's so diverse geographically. If you don't have local stockists close to the customer.
People abandon carts.
Precisely. All your marketing effort wasted because shipping is too slow or too expensive. So McGallen and Bolden stress having committed last-mile stockists, efficient logistics.
And they mention band-based shipping.
Yeah, it's a smart tactic. Instead of calculating shipping per exact item, you create cost bands or tiers. It often makes shipping feel cheaper or simpler for the customer, helps subsidize the cost. Think how places like Lazada or Amazon make shipping seem easy.
Reducing that friction again.
Exactly. Get the product to the customer smoothly wherever they are in the region.
Okay, smart logistics. But what if your marketing budget isn't huge? Or you're up against massive competitors in APAC?
That's a common reality. The average marketing spend might be, say, 9% of revenue, but not everyone has that.
Right.
This is where McGallen and Bolden highlight a key benefit. They claim to offer big agency results at boutique firm retainer fees.
So value for money.
Essentially, yes. Compete effectively without breaking the bank. It ties back to that 20% labor, 80% returns idea. Optimize the spend, focus on strategic aggressive tactics, get more impact from every dollar.
Be efficient. And lastly, what about navigating the constantly changing rules? Global trade laws, legal stuff, plus the need to keep digitizing everything. It
Yeah.
feels like a constant race.
It really does. They seem well prepared here. They mention helping clients with things like the EU Product Liability Directive, the Digital Product Passport.
Even though that's EU, it impacts APAC sellers.
Absolutely. If you sell into Europe, these rules demand product safety, traceability, requiring sophisticated digital systems.
And that's where their tech focus helps.
Yes. They're pioneers in AI, as we said. They help businesses avoid getting bogged down by slow digitalization. Using AI chatbots for customer service, streamlining logistics with cloud ERP systems, standardizing packaging for compliance.
Still sounds like a lot.
It is, but their philosophy guides it. Do less, gain more. It's about strategically implementing the right tech and processes, the ones that solve real problems and meet requirements, not just adopting tech for tech's sake.
Okay, the strategy sounds compelling, the philosophy is interesting, but proof is in the pudding, right?
Mhm.
What do clients actually say? Testimonials.
Yeah, the testimonials look pretty strong and consistent, which is always a good indicator.
Like who?
Well, Black Duck Software, which became Synopsys, strongly recommends them. They talk about brand building and maintenance, top-notch professionalism and performance, and importantly, a consistent, creative, and trusted partnership over 8 years.
8 years is a long relationship in this business.
It really is. It suggests they deliver sustained results, adapt with the client. They're not just a one-off project vendor.
And it's not just one type of client.
Seems not. There's an APAC marketing lead from an EU industrial company praising their amazing work and mentioning that headquarters noticed the PR penetration rate in Asia.
So measurable results getting noticed back at HQ.
Exactly. And a U.S. cybersecurity client's PR lead used terms like stunning results and called the regional outcomes quite impressive. It points towards significant, tangible impact.
Okay, so pulling this all together, what does it really mean for you, the listener, who might be grappling with how to approach APAC?
Well, I think it means you potentially get access to strategists with, over 3 decades of deep experience, specifically in that complex region.
Right.
You benefit from their extensive network built over all those years. You might get those big agency results, but perhaps without the massive fees you sometimes see with the giant multinational firms.
And the regional understanding.
That seems key. Having a partner who gets the nuances, even down to small but important things like offering a multilingual welcome. That can be invaluable for genuinely connecting with diverse audiences across Asia-Pacific. It's that blend of deep local knowledge and a strategic global outlook.
So wrapping up, McGallen Bolden definitely makes a strong case here. They're offering this mix of decades of experience, but also very current insights. AI, supply chain focus, avoiding common mistakes like product overload or logistics failures. The track record seems solid, and the value proposition, big results, reasonable cost, is compelling for anyone serious about APAC.
It really raises a crucial question for you to think about, doesn't it? In today's complex, often turbulent global scene, especially in a region as dynamic as Asia-Pacific, could simplifying your strategy, really leaning on deep regional expertise and smartly adopting targeted digital tools, could that be the actual key to unlocking your next big phase of growth? Could that be what gives you the real competitive edge?